All right, it's about that time again. We're talking about the Busters. Time for Busters. Time for Prime. You're here. You're possibly a queer. Get used to it, as they say. I'm interested in talking to new people, old people, not old people, but you know what I mean. Old heads, as it were, not HEDZ, as in Red Bar fans, although they're welcome as well. But basically, what I'm saying is I am happy to just talk to the universal audience. And people say, what do they'll say, HB, what are you talking about when you say the universal audience? The universal audience, is that an inside joke? Is that an outside joke? What kind of joke are you making? And to those people, I say that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. And to those people who didn't ask, I say be more inquisitive. The question and the answer are one and the same. See, the universal audience is everyone watching. It's the teacher who's the 35-year-old teacher who's good at their craft but could be better. It's the woman at home who's a mother of 5, feels like she's only good enough to be a mother of 2, but has enough love to love 12 children if she had to. Or it's the man who works at a grocery store. He's been working there for 45 years. And people tell him, why don't you get a real job? And he says, this is a real job, damn it. That is who we're talking about. We're talking about the every man, the every woman, and every human in between. We are betwixt greatness and horribleness. And in that balance, we try to strike a balance. We try to find the great things about our lives and see if potentially the worst thing in our lives are not so bad. Maybe the things that we've hated about ourselves all this time are actually not so horrible. Not nearly as horrible as we used to think they were. I really think that that's something that we need to think about more, and I would hope that over time we do. Now, if you're somebody who's just tuning in thinking, oh, great, this fucking guy again, right? You might be just tuning in thinking, oh, the same goddamn son of a bitch I always see. What is he doing? Why is he here? What does he think he can just say the same old shit and get away with it? I don't think so. I don't want to deal with a guy like this. I understand your frustration. And to be honest, listen, once in a while, I might look in the mirror and be like, what is this guy up to? What has got him going? And why does he think he can just bullshit he can't bullshit his way out of a fucking paper bag that you have to pay $3 for at the local co-op. By the way, co-ops, folks, are you for them or against them? Are you against them? Are you for them? That's the type of thing that I like to ask everyone, because not everyone, not everyone is on the same page. Not only is not everyone on the same page, not everyone is reading the same book. And not only is not everyone reading the same book, not everyone is using the same medium. Some people are using audiobooks. Some people are using Kindles. Some people are reading paperback. Some people are reading hardback. Some people are using PDFs, and so on. The point is, we couldn't be more different these days. And that is a unfortunate aspect of our lives in recent years. Now, do we want to live that way? Of course not. But do we have any option? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Now, where do we go from there? Do we pretend that we're just, manufacturing our own lives? Well, that would be what the Orwellian founders of the global interactive AI simulation would like us to believe. But we can't do such a thing. What we have to do is really zoom in far. The powers that be want us to zoom out so far that we can't see ourselves. We can't see the forest from the trees. But not only are we not the forest or the trees, we are the leaves on the trees, and we're beautiful, unique, and one of a kind. Similar to snowflakes, the leaves on all trees are unique. They have veins, and that's another thing that's quite interesting. If you start to look at things, you look at leaves, you look at human anatomy, you look at cities, there's a common theme. You see roads, you see veins, and you see the lines through the leaves. It's almost like the same pattern repeats itself over and over again. Now you might wonder, what the hell is going on? Why is this happening? Is this suddenly, am I just too stoned? Am I too high on my own supply of bullshit? Well, the most cynical of among us might think that, right? We might think, oh, I'm just, I'm just doing too much. I just did a little too much LSD, and I lost it. I lost myself. But the smarter folks among us understand that there's a lot more going on. That we actually might be doing something quite more valuable, quite more interesting, and quite more worthwhile. What I mean to say with that is that, if you do a lot of trips on mushrooms, if you smoke a lot of weed, you do a lot of ketamine, DMT, DXM, ayahuasca, lick enough toads, etc., you might think, oh, well, this is cheap, And you think that over time, but you think about the first time. The first time you took mushrooms or did your mind-tripping, crazy drug of choice, think about how profound it was back then. Over time you might be jaded, but think about the first time you did it and how much of a mind fuck that might have been. I think that it's very easy to dismiss, just like it's very easy to dismiss different cliched sayings. It's also easy to dismiss the types of wisdom you get from psychedelics. I think it's easy to say, oh, I was on drugs, especially people who want to, want to get sober. A lot of that's the unfortunate side of people getting sober. I have no problem with people who want to get sober, right? I think that if they want to do that, that is fantastic, wonderful. I applaud them in their effort of doing so. But I don't think that they necessarily should dismiss all the possibilities that folks who are not addicts could potentially experience in all of their affairs. What do I mean by that? Well, I guess what I'm saying is that not everyone is gay, and not everyone is crazy, but everyone, just about everyone, is amazing. I try to get out there and I try to tell people, have an amazing day, because a lot of folks smoke pot. It's amazing. I've had my fun times with Jesse Lee Peterson, just being all upbeat, excited, I got excited. What does that drop from? I always hear this drop where a guy says, I got excited. Anyway, I don't know what it's from. But a lot of audio drops, video drops, etc., they get in my head. And then I can't think for the life of me where they actually came from. So that kind of disgusts me, makes me feel weird, makes me feel ill, makes me feel gross, and it makes me feel like a piece of shit. Tell me who that's I got Tollgate tartar control toothpaste and it made me feel like a piece of shit. Can you tell me who that's a quote of? I'll give you I'll give you $1 in Minecraft if you can tell me where that's from. What's up, Kelsey? What's up, Tony Spookeroni? What's up, Jay? What's up, HVAC repair guy? Good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the internet. Having fun with it. Because really that's what we all should be doing is having fun with it, enjoying God's green earth as well as the internet that has been provided to us through the ingenuity and genius of human beings. What do you folks think, though? Do you think that the next amazing internet celebrity will be discovered on this channel, or do you think it will take some time to find the best person this side of heaven? I personally think that if we were to get, say, one of the classic all-stars on the program, that might be cool. I don't know. One of the things I don't necessarily like about YouTube is how convoluted this shit becomes, you know? It's like you try to go through it, it's like you want to do this, you want to do that. And then, you know, soon enough, it's like you find out all these fucking people, you know, like I find out soon enough, people are banning people that are supposed to be a part of the team. And I don't like it, you know. So that kind of shit has to stop. But moving forward, you know, you got to make work for you, right? Wait for it, whatever you want to say. Sorry for shaking the camera there. That's very unprofessional. By the way, I've got, you know, we should be doing this in high quality red bar vision. I have some better stuff. You know, it's weird. It's like I've got a way better camera that I could shoot this on, but I can't. But I don't have it at my place currently. And it's like, you know, is it better to say a bunch of bullshit into an amazing camera, or just keep it shitty so people's expectations are low? And I do not have the answer to that question. In fact, I don't even know why I'm asking that question at the moment. But I think it's a fun little thought experiment. You know, how do you folks feel about thought experiments? Are we enjoying it, or are we hating it? You know, are we loving it, or are we hating it? Nonetheless, I want to move things forward. I would really like to get Sam Hill involved, as well as Russell Cook, two of the classic members of the show, two of the members of the classic Busters program. But hey, if we don't get an opportunity to get them involved yet, I'm still going to throw it out there for folks. If they'd like to join in, go ahead and join in on the StreamYard link, because we can do some incredibly amazing stuff. And that's the bottom line. You know, you can talk shit, you can talk about shit, and you can make shit up. But one thing you can't do is lose your mind. Actually, you can lose your mind. It's very easy to lose your mind. One thing that's been making me lose my mind is the fact that Mr. Whoosh, aka Lossless, has not done a stream in how long? I don't even know. I don't even know. All right. I don't even know what to say about it. I think this guy, you know, some of the people that I've worked with have been fun. They've been interesting. They've been insightful even. But you never know where they're going to go with things, right? You never know what the next thing is that they're going to lose their mind about. or the next thing they're going to go crazy about. It's a crapshoot. It really is. It really is a crapshoot. It's something that and by the way, a crapshoot is it sounds like you're taking a big shit, right? Isn't that what a crapshoot sounds like? Nonetheless, I'm not trying to be blue. I'm not trying to be dirty. And when people say I'm not trying to be blue, shouldn't they say a dirtier color? Like I'm not trying to be brown here, folks. Blue is kind of a friendly color. I don't know why they associate it with. Blue is more associated with sadness. I'm not trying to be blue. I'm not trying to be upset. But I don't make the rules. It's been abundantly clear that I don't make the rules, but I do break the rules. All right, listen. I said it. I say, what if I was, what if I was a professional comedian and my thing was saying, hi, I'm a professional comedian, and that's because I say the things that you can't. Would that be fun? Would that be a fun way to conduct myself? I think it would probably lead a lot of people to hate me, but it would still be fun. Still doing stand-up? That's a good question. I'm definitely still writing jokes. Now, as far as performing, I was waiting quite a while until I would find a new. So for a while, my friend always needed me to like drive him to different open mics, right? And so I got kind of bored with that, kind of annoyed. And I was like, okay, I don't really like this. I don't really like having to always drive him, especially because my car is a piece of shit. But then when I got a car that was a tad bit easier to drive, at that point I started to feel like, okay, I don't really mind if I'm driving everywhere. So I've got a different car than I used to drive, and because of that, yeah, I'm kind of interested in doing the open mic scene again. I got the new car and everything, and so I'm taking my time. I'm considering, when am I going to actually do it, but I would say sometime soon I'll probably get into it. That's my honest answer. Yeah. I hope that very soon I'll probably be getting into some great new bits. But yeah, all the entire time I've been writing stuff. I've been writing all sorts of jokes. Hoping that, people will enjoy what I have to offer. And I would like to actually, so my one friend Derek, he's probably been writing a bit, but I want to get acquainted with my friend Josh again, Josh Jack. He's one of the guys that I like back in the early days of stand-up. He's one of the guys that really I got to know, and we hung out. Yeah, I probably hung out with him more than any other comic out there, I think he on some level, I think he thinks I hate him, um, because I guess because I say all of my opinions on my podcast for good or for bad. Um, I say what I think about things, and oftentimes I'm assuming, I guess I assume that people listen, but I'm not always aware of who's listening at the time, right? I know that I'm speaking to the public, but I don't necessarily know who that public is. So, if I'm taking a chance and I'm thinking about, what's this next person going to think, uh, you know, I get it, some people are going to get upset. Some people have a lower bar for upsetment than other folks. And that's one of the great wisdoms of life. I think if you can learn that soon enough in life, that people are different, that different people are different, I think that can help you out quite a bit. I think if you deny the fact that, if you assume that all people are the same, if you always assume that for your entire life, I think that you will end up in a lot of trouble. Because I know, like, the thing that seems intuitive to a lot of people is that, you gotta treat everyone equally. But treating everyone equally isn't necessarily treating everyone fairly. See, if you treat a baby the same way that you treat a 7-foot guy with muscles, if you're fist fighting both of them, not that you ever would be in that situation, if you treat them equally, that's not treating them fairly. So you have to take into account, or let's say you're arguing with someone with a huge, vast intellect versus someone who has a intellectual disability. Um, you're dealing with a different thing. And so what I'm saying is that treating everyone, like I'm saying, treating everyone equally does not mean you're treating everyone fairly. It's a big misconception that I see a lot of actually very smart people fall into. It's a very unfortunate thing, but it does happen. And because it happens fairly often, that's what happens. Josh Jack in the audience says, not just some resentment, which is fine. I'm not easy to love either. Listen, I've come to, I'm trying to come to a more zen, peaceful place in my life. I don't know if I will have any success in the matter, but I will at least make my attempts to do so. And we'll see if I ever get there, we'll see if I ever achieve what I'm trying to achieve. But I think maybe eventually we will get there. Nonetheless, thank you folks for showing up. I am going to take a break, and I will be back, and we will have an amazing show. All right. Here we are. I'm back, and I'm ready to party. Let's have an amazing stream. Happy to see the folks, the regulars. I'm happy to see Josh Jack, Mr. 𝗕𝗨𝗦𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗦, Lexi Lou. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having an amazing time. And I would like to, bring the top tier content. And we can have some fun. That's what it's all about, and that's the bottom line. Now, you might be wondering, what's the haps? What's going on? Sometimes I have planned bits. Sometimes I just talk to people off the cuff. One of the things that Russell Cook, a longtime buster, one of the original OG busters, has recommended is to do kind of a chat roulette style of stream where I just get some randos on board and talk shit. It's always kind of fun just to see where they take things. And I will say, that is kind of a fun kind of interaction. That is a fun route to go with things. And I just might do that. I also have quite a few different potential things I'd like to do. Now, regretfully, I don't have the Russell Cook music here or the logo, so let me just put something on just to prep you for Russell Cook. Here we go.
Now somewhere in the black mining hills of Dakota, there lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon. One day his woman ran off with another guy, hit young Rocky in the eye. Rocky didn't like that. He said, I'm gonna get that boy. So one day he walked into town, booked himself a room in the local saloon. Rocky
Raccoon
checked into his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Rocky had come equipped with a gun to shoot off the legs of his rival. His rival, it seems, had broken his dreams by stealing the girl of his fancy. Her name was McGill, and she called herself Lil, but everyone knew her as Nancy. Now she and her man, who called himself Dan, were in the next room.
Amazing.
Amazing.
How you doing, Hostbuster?
Oh, welcome to the program. Good to have you here. I know it's an impromptu, unexpected episode of the show.
Like when Bob Hope would show up on Carson, they would stop everything to welcome him. So what's been going on tonight?
So
what
has happened so far?
Yes.
Well, I've been considering covering a few different folks: Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, Brennan Schaub, folks like that.
I've been keeping up with that. I'm glad that I'm familiar with every single person you mentioned, Hostbuster.
Okay, good. Now, how do you feel being one of, if not the most, senior member of the Busters program? How does it feel?
I am probably.
What's that? What did you say?
I am the oldest. If Sam is only in his early 40s, I'm definitely older.
Well, that's I see what you're doing. You're doing a little pun of a joke, but I'm talking about one of the most loyal. Let me rephrase that. Not senior, but one of the most loyal members of the program. Actually, I would say forget my phrasing. Not one of the most loyal member of Busters. How does it feel to be here after all this time?
I'm glad that we're still. It's me and you, dude. We're like the Menudo or the Jets, or take that. One of those boy bands that, well past their prime, they're still trying to be young and sexy, right? So
are they still?
I don't know if they are or not. I just coming up with a dumb analogy, but no, I'm glad to be here, Hostbusters. I really am. I'm glad that you are looking so good. The short hair is really flattering.
I'm doing my best.
I like the glasses too.
My brother-in-law told me to stick with the short hair. He said that's the strongest look you have. So I guess I'll stick with it.
I'm gonna have to agree. Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, Adam Friedland, he can do the long hair type of scraggly long hair, whatever you want to call it. That's not my thing personally. But yeah, so we had Sam Hill, we had Jarvita, and without I can name names, I don't care. actually. But
You want
either
to
way,
just name names for a while? That sounds good.
you know,
We
I
can be
feel
like Mark Maron
like
versus the Texas comedy scene.
yeah, you've been keeping up on that quite a bit.
I really have. I hate to admit. Well, no, it's good because that's something that we will talk about the Rogan sphere here a lot.
Yeah,
It's a big deal in Buster's land, I think.
yeah.
Ooh, I
I'm
like
not
this
sure if
light.
it
It kind
was
of looks like the Led Zeppelin gatefold, the wizard. All right.
all right.
Well, what I want to say is, what do I want to say? There's always going to be like a backlash in a scene when people feel like you have to kiss that guy's ring to get anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Like and do you think that's what a lot of people feel is if they don't suck up to Rogan, they don't have as many opportunities?
Yes. And I
Yeah, I think
yes,
a lot of
definitely.
people feel that way too.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
weird that he's the king of comedy now. He's the big, yeah, he's like the Godfather, I guess.
when you personally when you think of the LA comedy scene 10 years ago, 15 years ago, what do you think of? Do you think of Rogan?
No, I really don't. I'm like LA 10, 15 years ago. There was that, I can't think of anyone really. Shit. 15 years ago. Sorry, I'm trying not to be loud with this. I need to make myself a quick margarita to loosen up. Um,
All right.
I'm trying to think of like, okay, who was big 10, 15 years ago? I can't remember.
So it was a lot of alternative comics. There were folks like there were folks, let's say like Kumail Nanjiani, um what's that guy's name who had the comedy Bang Bang? You remember him?
No, see, I don't remember any of the shit.
There was Scott Aukerman, there was Jimmy Dore, there was Jimmy
I know
Pardo,
him
there was
from.
Todd Glass, there was Paul F. Tompkins, there were so many people, Natasha Leggero. It was really the alt comedy scene. David Cross.
So that's now it's like more of like a I think it's more like Maron was saying, like a jock comedy kind of scene.
So yeah, at a certain point, Joe Rogan took over the LA scene. People started to think of the LA scene as folks like, of course, Joe Rogan, Duncan Trussell, Brian Callen, um, even Brendan Schaub of all people. Like, Brendan,
Ringo Poppy
yeah,
himself, yeah.
Gringo Poppy. How many? So did you see his special, Gringo Poppy?
I watched someone going through it. I forget who. It was Too Lazy to Try, or one of those people doing a breakdown of it.
So here's the thing, right? In my opinion, it was bad. However, compared to Joe Rogan's seasoned comedy, it was actually better. It was actually it was bad, but everything has everything has a contrast, and I feel
Mr.
that
Thug.
he um he was better. He was better than Joe
Ooh, so you
Rogan.
think that Burn the Boats wasn't even as good as Shaw?
Yeah, I would say honestly.
Oh,
I would honestly say Yeah, what's up,
We're not
bug you?
ever going to be backstage in the green room of Comedy Mothership chilling. I have this feeling now.
If
And
we
we're not going to
figured
be going
out,
to Saudi Arabia either, probably. So
yeah,
it's
that,
tough.
so as far as the Saudi Arabia comedy tour, that whole thing, how much have you kept up on that?
Pretty well.
Okay. Like, have you okay, so let me think. Did you see Louis C.K.'s Bill Maher appearance when he talked about it?
I might have heard a couple of clips, but the main one I've been keeping up with is the Bill Burr aftermath of doing that. That's been a big deal in our circles of entertainment we follow and
Yes.
peruse and all that kind of stuff. The Bill Burr has really been.
Who are your main folks that you watch who cover this?
Oh geez. Okay, I mentioned earlier, Too Lazy to Try.
Okay.
All the big ones that have kind of made their bones. I think they might have started Bert Kreischer smashing, and then they moved slowly to all the other people that are
Are we talking like
Rogan.
podcast cringe?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I can
Okay.
never remember. I need to write these names down. Give them
Did you watch
credit.
American Redact?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So my probably since podcast enforcement has taken a break of some kind, my main three right now are Comedy Enforcement, Too Lazy to Try, and American Redact.
Yeah, I watch all those too.
Okay. Are there
In
any
fact, I
others?
think you're the person. It is you that turned me on to this whole um, the clip channels, kind of critiquing the ups and downs of the Murderers Row, the Death Squad, the Death Squad coverage. Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Death Squads, I think the thing is you can't complain or like pretend to be a champion of civil rights and human rights and these rights and that's rights, and then play someplace like Saudi Arabia and not
Yes.
look like an asshole considering how they treat people.
I
But
agree with
I
that.
think a lot of times it's money that like if you were offered like $2.5 million to play like at a slave factory or I don't know, I'm just coming up with something real stupid, but would the money be too good for you to pass up on? Would you be like, fuck these people, I'm just going to take the money and do the gig?
Well, here's the logic I've been hearing them say, right? They say things like America is complicit in war crimes.
True. Yeah, a lot of
They say
times.
that if you buy an iPhone, that's child labor.
Yeah.
That's kind of the defense that they use. I'm wondering what you think about that. Is that valid?
Yeah, I guess if you want to be completely clean of all that stuff, you yourself would have to look at where you get your iPhones and stuff, but you're not getting $1 million to use an iPhone and not say anything bad about how they make them, right?
Right. So you're allowed, right? If you buy an iPhone, you're allowed to say, like, I'm not happy with this labor practice. Whereas if you work for the Saudi government, you're not allowed to say, hey, like, I don't like these guys.
Yeah, one of the women that turned down doing the concert. She leaked all the rules, and it was a lot of stuff you're not supposed to talk about, which was like mentioning them at all politically, and I think just politics in general. No matter what country it was, you weren't supposed to start riffing on that shit.
The rule is you're not allowed to talk about them?
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's probably like, yeah, that's obvious.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
kind of like if you were working for some, if you were like, I don't know, I keep coming up with the dumbest analogies. I'm sorry, but if you were working like at some hotel chain doing stand up, these fucking Howard Johnsons suck. The towels are shit. Rooms are disgusting. Then it's like on a way bigger level where you're like King Al W or whatever. You can't go into jokes about that kind of shit. Or even reference like that they'll kill you for being homosexual or whatever. That's all off the table for your material. But then you come to make it, yeah, dude, Trump is such a fascist pig. You can do all that here, no problem, but not there.
Yeah, you can't really.
Yeah.
Well, that's the interesting thing. Like, even in America, if you do stand up, you can talk shit about Trump. Like, you're gonna get away with it. What do you think about the people who said, the reason we're doing this is to bring comedy to the folks in the folks in whatever the hell country we're working in, Saudi Arabia.
The friends of the billionaire's best friends.
We're trying to bring
family members.
Yeah, we're trying to bring comedy to them. We're trying to help them have free speech in their world.
Do you think that stand-up comedy can have like a great impact on how you feel about social issues and stuff?
If it's done well, I think maybe.
I just think that it's probably like if you're in that situation, it's too good of money to pass up on.
So you personally, if you were stuck in that situation, do you feel like you would cave and you would?
I probably not, because I've kind of been one of those people that just doesn't like certain things to the point to where it has caused me opportunities and stuff like that in the past on a way smaller level. Like I've never been offered $2 million to do anything for anyone, but I would probably not do it. But every time I was having money trouble, I'd be like, God damn it, man, I should have played for the Saudi Arabians. I wouldn't be worried about this, But if I made my bones calling out like social injustice and stuff like that, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
But if I was a prop comic that never did anything political, I guess I'm trying to think of like what I would do. I just wouldn't want to have to fly all the way there and back personally. That would be my main. Like personally, I would think it would suck to have to be in a plane that long. But I don't know. I guess that's the thing. If you try to come across is like I stand up for justice, social justice. I'm woke. I don't do these kind of things. I support the underdog. You can't really do like concerts for kings and stuff like that. And oil billionaires. Yeah, you get kind of stuck in what you can and can't do if you're always rallying. If you're always raging against the machine, every time you do something like that, people, it's going to stick out and people are going to call you a hypocrite for doing it. No matter what, you like your reason could be like, I want to bring comedy. Censored, I'll have to be censored, of course, but I want to bring comedy to all these far and away places. But yeah, what would you do, Hostbusters? Well, if you were a big comedian?
What would I do?
Yeah,
I I would have to consult with somebody. I would honestly, I would consult with you personally, and I would ask you: is there any redeeming aspect of talking to these people in a country that has admittedly bombed us on 9/11? I think it's
yeah.
pretty
That's a
clear,
big point right there too.
right? So my question would be, what is the way? Because I don't know if anybody has really expressed this in a way that has resonated with any of the American people. I would ask you, how can I talk to you in a way that has that can be productive and not just giving into your terrorist, hateful, anti-American, anti-democracy, destructive ways. And if I were to ask you, Russell, if I made you my confidant or my
Your opener for the
yeah,
Saudi Arabia games.
yeah, exactly. What would be your what let's pretend that they're not giving us $1 million. Let's pretend they're giving us 20 grand. Or forget
Uh,
what's an amount of dollars that wouldn't be life changing. Let's say they're giving us $100, right? What would be a um would be something that would convince you, or what would be something you could tell me that would convince me that this is morally okay and this is something I could do?
I can't think of anything because what the stuff you just mentioned about the terrorism and stuff like that, the more and more I think about it, I don't like fucking, I don't want to say anything too over the top, but I don't like those Muslim countries, how they treat people and stuff. I wouldn't want to fucking show them my nutsack for $1,000, you know? I just don't like it.
Now let's forget for a moment, and we can go back to this, but for a moment, let's forget the whole Muslim country thing. What would it take for you to just do stand up in general? Are you interested in? Do you have? Do you think you have a solid 5 minutes?
No, I would be terrible at something like that. I would absolutely be the worst.
Now, why do you say that? Because you've been on air probably for at least 20. I would guess. I don't know exactly. I would guess you've been on air for about 20,000 hours or so, give or take 10,000 hours. I don't know exactly. Um, but why do you feel that you couldn't do a tight 5 minutes on a stage?
I think that I think that I just wouldn't be good at it at all. There'd be a lot of fidgeting with the microphone and grabbing some water to drink, and in the 5 minutes would be like 500 hours.
Now, okay.
I just,
So you know our friend Sam Hill, right? Like one of the
yes,
annoyances with him is how critical he is, right? But one of the benefits of that is that you get to experience a critical person without having to go real life. So, like, what if he evaluated a 5 minutes of jokes with you, and you pass the Sam Hill test? Would you then feel that you could do a 5 minutes in real life?
I don't know. See, I've never thought of doing stand up, so I would have to go into a more imaginative sort of spot than I am right now and think about it. I guess if I just all of a sudden came up with really good jokes that were memorable and you could and bore could hold up being told many times, then yeah, I would probably do it. It's like, yeah, these are good.
Okay, so if you could, okay. So do you feel? Are you saying that you feel like if they could pass the Sam Hill test, they could pass the IRL test?
Yeah, if I had some, if people were like, yeah, you're really good at coming up with these jokes, they're real catchy or whatever you want to call it, then yeah, I probably would.
Okay.
But not for Saudi Arabia.
Right. Okay. Not for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You're more of an American focused comic.
America first. Yeah.
Okay.
America first.
Now I see folk, a guy who I guess I would say he's a part of the universal audience, maybe not a part of the common audience or the folks that we associate frequently. We've got of course we got Sam Hill, which I would say he's a part of the Busters. But we also have
Yes, he invented Busters.
yes, he invented Busters, and we can talk about that. We actually have a whole board. I don't even have to explain too much. We have you know, I've been talking to you a little bit about this whole thing, and we don't have to tease that or even reveal it, but I will say
It's interactive content for everyone.
interactive content, perhaps even sold in a form of merch at some point. But we have Mr. Not Cosmic Cam in chat, of all people. Now, I don't always acknowledge members of chat, and I certainly don't have to acknowledge him again. And you can message me in the private chat if you don't want me to say any more about him. Certainly, and he won't know. But I'm wondering, how do you feel about Mr. Not Cosmic Cam showing up in chat?
Oh, I don't. People being in chat, I don't really care about that.
What is your experience with him altogether? Right. So what I mean by that is I know he is associated with a group of folks who are likable or hateable, or depending on what your perspective
Let me
is.
see. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Oh, I don't know. I think that unless someone's really like a problem in chat, they should probably be unblocked.
So he's saying that
Because I saw what he wrote, and I say, why not?
so he is saying, let me be clear. He said that Ross and Catch should be unblocked in chat. Now, I would say, tell me what you think, Russell. Do you think we should have Cosmic on before we unblock Ross and Catch in chat?
Yes, why not?
Yeah.
Let's do that
All right.
first.
So maybe we talk to this fellow. So we gauge how the relations are in this.
Yeah, good idea.
The live stream, right?
And try
And
not to
then,
make a lot of noise.
what's that? What'd you say?
I had to slide the door to come back in. I muted myself so you couldn't hear it.
Okay.
All right, let's work on this stuff, man. Let's go to where this takes us.
Okay. So Cosmic's mean beef right now is that I'm not showing, let's see, Catchin and Ross.
Uh-huh.
So I would have to ask him, what is Ross Dog's current? Forget even that, right? Would you say we should get him up here and then we can move forward?
Yeah.
All right, Cosmic, join up, have fun, bowl into the fray, join, have fun, and then we will see what amazing content you can bring to the program, and then perhaps we will allow, because to be honest, we don't seek to censor folks. Hello, Sam Hill. Is that you?
Hello, man.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
All right. So how
It's
does
such
it
an
feel?
honor to be here.
Sam, we're here in 2025. Now, what year?
Thank you. I hadn't noticed.
This is 6 years. We're talking about 19, 20, 20. What are we, 6 years or so into the Busters program?
6 years too many.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
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 All right. So
I got in the last amazing.
Amazing. So
amazing.
would you want it any other way? Like,
yes.
Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly.
in your opinion, okay, so in your opinion, do you wish the Busters program wasn't around anymore?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. Now tell me. Okay, because that's a concerning response.
Oh, you don't give a fuck.
Tell me why that is. No, and I do. I care. I care. And
why do you care?
Maybe you think maybe because I resemble Adam Friedland, one of the New York hipsters.
I know him. Yeah. He's pretty good.
Maybe that's why you think I don't care, but I care. I sweat the small stuff, as it were.
There's a lot of sweat, flop sweat.
Yeah, I was at the gun store the other day.
Sweat less.
Now you talking about flop sweat. Let me ask you about flop sweat. Because
you must know it well. You're the authority, not me.
Now you say that.
I'll ask you about flop sweat.
Okay. Well. So Now, would you? Let's say there was
Hi,
a Sam Russell Cook. Are you here?
He's right there.
Hey, Russell, you here right now?
I see him right
Yes.
there.
Russell,
I think I've been in
Put on your
Andy Cruz's
glasses.
chat. I've been in Andy Cruz's chat, and I think that Ross and Katchen are fine.
Oh, why are
I
you
mean,
talking about them? What do you give
why
a fuck?
why block them
Really?
completely though?
No, don't block them.
We haven't
don't
had any sort of problems with them in a long time, right?
Doesn't matter. Give them free speech.
I'm not saying that we would ever be really good friends and buddies and stuff, but we haven't had
I
any.
really want to be buddies with them.
But we haven't had any.
That's on my
I'm talking
bucket
about
list.
me and Hostbusters, Sam. I don't know about
Well,
you.
you're already friends. You guys are already
You're
friends.
always in like burning bridges in a way.
Yeah, first
But,
I want to buy one in Brooklyn. No, I'm not about
Bingo.
burning bridges. I'm about burning assholes. Those people are
but
terrible.
I see,
HB,
considering
you know
that we haven't really
and you
interacted
hate them
with each
too,
other
Russell.
in any way. But I don't think it would. I would hope that it wouldn't be a problem. So we're like, oh, we have to block them.
Yeah, I don't believe in blocking them.
Oh no, no, that kind of thing.
Because,
But like I said, I doubt.
Let's
I
take
doubt we're going to become really good friends from something like that. But
yeah, sure, Russell, sure.
I don't think we need to block them.
Yeah.
So how would you feel, Russell? How would you feel if they showed up on stream? Would you feel weird?
I would go to use the restroom while you
Tony
had a nice one-on-one with them.
What a nothing Tony has become. I thought Tony would have possibilities, and he's just terrible. He's stupid. I mean, what man
I would practice some scales while you guys had a nice chat.
Well, Russell, we do want to have you. We do want to hear you perform some music on the show.
Do you have to burp or something? What's wrong with you, HB?
All right, maybe I do. What do you mean? It's a human.
No, I'm not. I'm not
normal, everyday behavior. Okay.
Not to me.
No,
I don't
you're anti-burp.
Yeah, for me.
So you don't burp.
No, I don't burp.
What do? You hold it in? Or
no,
what?
I breathe. Breathe in, breathe out.
You breathe in, breathe out. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Mr.
I've done
Samuel,
that for a long time since I was born.
Mr. No Burp. You don't even put a.
What's up,
you don't
dude?
even mute your mic or what?
Well, when I was a kid, I loved the Coca-Cola, and the Coca-Cola made me burp. But I gave up the Coca-Cola because it's bad for my teeth, and now I don't burp.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't drink Coke. Oh, maybe you do drink. Oh, cough medicine make you burp. You burp a lot. I shouldn't bring that up. I'm sorry.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
When was the last time you had hot, sexy sex?
I don't talk
with
about
your wife.
I don't talk about it.
You don't?
No, it's. Do you want to talk? Okay, you go first. When's the last time you had hot sex with your swinging wife or with a woman or man?
Time,
You're the swinger, not me.
Keep it interesting. We keep it fun.
Why don't we start? We're not doing so good. Sorry.
I'm not into crazy novelties like you. I know
you're not into funny.
Now, when you say that,
I'm not stoned.
You're not stoned?
No.
Why not?
That's a good question. Give me a minute.
Are you gonna smoke pot?
Yeah, I have a vape.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'll try some of that cough syrup though.
Yeah,
there's none left.
I'm about to win bingo.
Oh, how exciting.
Wow, really? Wait, Russell, let me just be clear. Have you already found enough bingos to win?
Bingo.
I was kind of kidding, but it's getting damn close. So, but let's go back. Let's go back to what
It
we were
is.
talking. We were
Too
talking
close.
about. We're talking about some letting bygones be
Oh,
bygones, right?
please. They're shit people. Who cares? Both of you hate RDA. I don't hate them, but who cares about them? I keep talking about people keep saying stop talking about them. Nobody cares. I'd rather talk about Tony Simperoni.
Yeah, that's the biggest one that keeps. And there was cough syrup, and there was something about you not being funny.
Wait, mention cough syrup?
I'm ready for it.
Oh, wait. Russell.
Something about when's the last time you had sex?
Russell, he said syrup.
Hot sex.
Yes. Don't worry, there's no money on this, HB. You're not going to lose.
Oh, what a fancy. He's got it all. Okay. Is that AI?
That was a little ding.
Very
you
little.
Heard the ding, Russell?
It's pre-bingo.
Oh.
There we go.
Play it another 10
What's up,
times.
Becky Boo, Tony, Not Cosmic, Napdos? How is everybody doing? A gay American?
Napdos is a little backstabber. If you were funny, that'd be something, man. But you're a nothing, Napdos. You're a disappointment.
Why can't I
That's all I got on him. He's not worth more. Oh, Mr. Successful Streamer. How's Lemonade being? She said you weren't too good in the bedroom, Tony.
Oh, it is me. Okay. What else?
Is that true, Tony?
What up, Sam Hill?
How humiliating. I mean, from
how humiliating of you. Why are you letting like mods like hide your whole chat? Why do you only have like two people
I don't
in your
like
chat?
that. I don't know. I'm not too good
So
with
why don't you
chat.
so why don't you say anything to him? Why don't you tell him to knock it off?
But who are you to tell me? You can't even get the puss in the biggest city in America. You can't even
control your own channel, bro. You let some fucking
I'm not.
Fat,
yeah, you're right.
You let some fat spick run your channel, bro.
Fat spick.
This is like playing bingo on easy level. We're gonna have to find a hard level bingo to play because we're both gonna just win within 5 minutes. We're gonna get mad at each other.
That's already an accomplishment. Long ago. It's never stopped being. I've never stopped being mad at HB. Tony, I don't care about you.
I'm not surprised. Why wouldn't you be mad at me?
Becky Boo. Thank you, Becky Boo. She brings up a good point.
Sorry, Russell.
She says it's super boring when tons of people are blocked from a chat. And I don't know. Unless it's someone doing like real fucked up shit, like accusing people of what, the stuff that gets accused of, people accuse people of, and that kind of thing. I say,
nobody would accuse Tony of being funny.
There's lots of accusations.
I'm taking right now. Right now, I'm taking it should be like you are welcome to hang out here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
but Sam can't do that because he has.
I'm supporting not blocking people. Why are you lying?
I'm not lying, bro. Have your chat. All right, can you go to your block list? Can you go to your block list right now and read off how many people?
No, I'm not. I'm here with a stars. Russell Cook.
Bro, you're the liar. You got 90% of your viewers hidden in your chat, and then you got a guy in there just making pedo accusations on everybody. Sharing CP in your chat, Sam.
I don't know that.
And he blocks everybody who calls him out, and you don't say anything.
Who did?
All right, Tony, you made a lot of.
Oh, brutal.
What do you mean he's sharing?
Oh, brutal mom.
Yeah.
Chat. What do you mean by that?
Wait, I'm sorry, HB. Say that one more time.
You said he's sharing CP in his chat.
Yeah, he's sharing links saying this is CP that other people shared. I have a screenshot of it.
It can't actually be against the law, Tony. You do know that.
What?
It'd be against the law, right?
Yeah, it would be if it was actual CP,
Tony,
but
if
like
you're being
that's what he's
serious,
saying it
so I
is.
want
Tony,
you to contact
Tony,
the
if
police.
you are being
Really,
serious
Tony.
right now, you
So
are
wait.
Yeah, seriously.
you are alleging something that is potentially suable in court. Are you sure you want to move
Suable,
forward
criminal.
with
What do you
these
mean
accusations?
suable?
Sam Hill, because
Yeah, I
Sam
got a
Hill very
picture
well,
of it.
and I know
Can't do
Sam Hill.
that.
He is litigious. He will sue you.
No, I've never actually sued anybody.
Are you sure you
ever.
want to make these accusations?
You won't sue. Yeah, you can sue me, Sam. I got a picture
right,
of it.
Sam,
So
are you
if you want to
sue
sue me off a picture I got,
all right,
that
Sam.
instead of
But if
calling
that's
out the
true,
guy
you
doing
should-
it,
You know what?
you
should
could do
phone
that.
the police. I'm
Sam,
serious.
I will back you in court. Whatever you're.
Well, how are you having me in court? I don't
Sam,
want to go to
whatever
court.
you're willing to pay in court, I will back you 200%. So, are you willing to sue?
How about
Tony
100% is fine?
Tony
What is
Baloney, are you
200%?
willing to sue him?
Sue Sam Hill? No,
No,
just
no.
want him to call him out.
Are you willing to sue him in court? Because I am willing to back Sam 200%. Because I don't believe there is actual.
This sounds like a bullshit
there.
conversation, Tony.
No, it's a guy, one of his mods sharing links saying it's CP.
Is
that
it?
Other people. I didn't
If
click
it
it.
is,
I don't
it's
know. I didn't
illegal.
click
Tony,
it. Why would I
are
click
you willing
that?
to vouch for it right
Why
now?
would I click
that.
a link
Tony,
saying it's
would
CP?
you- Tony,
You're
let's
right.
be real.
Yo,
Would you sue him in court? Yes or no?
wait, would I go to court
You
if
think
he
this is such a serious thing, right? So
Not
do you
really.
feel you believe pedophiles are horrible,
Oh, of course.
indecent,
Yeah.
horrible people, right?
Yeah,
How
exactly. yeah.
controversial.
Sue Sam Hill in
You
court,
have to ask that.
right? So you would sue Sam Hill in an actual
What
court.
do I have to do with this? Why are
No,
you trying to get me involved
Tony,
in this?
hold
I have
on.
nothing
I
to
don't think
do
I would
with
have a
it.
case if I was
No,
to sue him.
Why not? Why not? It's
Why are you
legitimate,
bringing
right?
at me? You contact the police and they can handle.
What would I
Tony,
sue him
not
for?
me.
So you're saying he's
Emotional
sharing
damage?
CP, right? You're saying he's sharing CP, correct?
Who is?
Yeah. Yeah,
Tony.
the Brutal Mafia is
Not
sharing
me.
links in Sam's chat and
So you're
saying it's
saying that's
CP. I'm not
legit.
saying it
All right,
is.
so-
I'm saying that
I
Brutal
don't
is
believe
saying that and
Yeah,
sharing
I
links.
think Brutal might say that, but
So
that
after
is
my-
truly criminal. So.
I've dealt
I
with
don't
police
believe he would.
officers. You know, I bit a cop. You know, I've dealt with actual lawyers, and I'm willing to lawyer up. Are you saying that this is worthwhile to bring to the actual court?
No, I don't think to bring to court. I just think for
No?
Sam to
Why
call
not?
out.
Wait, why
and
not?
say-
Me,
Because I don't know
I'm
what's
not
in the
doing
link.
this.
I don't know what's in the link. I didn't click it.
Alright,
I'm not saying
so-
it's actual
No,
CP.
don't
you're
click
just-
the link.
but
But I don't
Nobody-
think there's anything
All right, so
illegal
let's be
about a
clear.
guy saying that.
So let's be clear, Tony. Are you
Yeah.
talking shit or is it legit?
It's legit, bro. I'm saying I have a picture of it.
legit?
It's legit. He's doing
if
that.
it's
Sam knows
legit,
it.
Okay.
No, I
if
don't know that.
if it
Tony.
is-
don't
hold
speak
on,
for
Sam.
me. You can
Tony,
ask me about it.
Tony,
I would never permit that.
Hold on, Sam. Tony, if it's legit, why wouldn't you go to court? Are you afraid to
Go to the
expose
police.
pedophiles?
No, you go to the police.
But I'm telling you, I don't know it's legit
you-
or not.
but
I
it's
know
not
he said
necessary.
it. I
So
know
why
he's
even-
claiming that.
Okay, so why
but I'm
even
not-
bring it
because he
up?
doesn't like
So
brutal
why?
mafia.
Hold on, Sam. I'm
Bro,
trying to
because
protect
Sam
you.
has everybody blocked
Okay,
while he has
Tony,
a guy saying he's
Tony,
sharing CP in his
Tony,
chat.
Tony,
That's why I brought it up.
Tony,
Yes.
why
What a
even bring
terrible
it up?
thing if it's true. I
Tony,
would never
why
have
even
anything
bring
to
it
do
up
with that.
unless it's not true.
No, it's some
But
bullshit.
it is
You
true.
probably
It's
linked to
true.
some bullshit.
It's true he's saying that. It's true he wrote that. But I don't know if it's true, if it
so
actually
let's see
contains
if your money is where your
CP.
mouth is.
I doubt
right?
it does, but
So let's see if your money is where your mouth is. Are you willing to
all
bring
right.
him to
Let me
court?
find the screenshot. I'll show
Tony,
you guys.
Are you willing to bring him to court?
If it's illegal, what do you like? What am I going to press charges
Or
on?
do you have the nuts to bring it to court? Or are you just talking shit?
What do you? Well, like you're saying, bring it to court, like it's a personal, like
Yeah,
like
you
I'm going
said
to
it.
personally sue
Okay,
him.
So how
But
much? Are you,
like,
how
why wouldn't I
much-
take him to criminal
how
court?
much are
I
you
can't-
against pedophilia?
you can't sue a pedophile for being a pedophile, HB.
Yes, you can.
You can't just
What
be
is
like, oh,
there?
this guy's a
It's
pedophile. I
literally-
want to take him to court.
It's
Yeah.
literally the law. Are you saying pedophilia?
Yes, criminally, it's the law. I
Right.
can't take him to like a
So-
small claims court.
So, are you willing
Over
to
this.
take him to not civil court, but let's say, are you willing to take him to an actual court?
All right, so you're saying if I am going to report, are you saying, all right, so you're saying, am I going to report him saying he's sharing CP? Yes, I could do that. All right, that's no problem.
Do it, or
I
you
could
do
that.
Muting me
on YouTube.
You mean I'm gone?
I mean, it depends what Sam says. If Sam like addresses this and denounces it, then yeah, I won't do anything. But if he's like still like making excuses and allowing a guy in his chat to say he's sharing CP, yeah, I mean, it's an easy report to fucking Internet Crime Division.
Right, so do it.
It's not a big deal.
Instead of talking shit, instead of being a YouTube.
But Sam is not even addressing it, HB. You got a guy, Sam is just ignoring it. He ran away. He just ran away.
It's about, no, I put him backstage. It's not about him running away. Okay. It's about you being real. Are you just saying this to insult him on YouTube, or are you being real? Let's see if you put your money
It's real, but you're acting like I clicked the link, I saw, CP, and then I'm just like, oh well,
so you're
I'll just go about my day. No, it's none of that. I saw him saying that. I doubt he would be that fucking stupid to actually share CP while saying I'm sharing CP.
So you're lying. In other words,
I didn't lie. What are you talking about? He's saying it.
You're
how am I lying? What did I lie about?
You're endorsing hearsay instead of
endorsing hearsay. He said it. HB, there's a screenshot of it.
Okay. So
you just want to see the screenshot? Let me just show you that, and then you make up your own mind. How about that?
Did you see the offending content? Yes or no?
Did I what?
Did you see the offending content that proves Sam Hill did something wrong?
Well, I'm giving him the opportunity here to do something right by calling it out.
Yes or no, sir?
Wait. I'm sorry.
Yes or no, sir?
Did I see Sam doing something wrong?
See the offending content, yes or no?
Wait. Just clear up this question. Did I see the offending content?
Sir. Did you see it? Yes or no?
I saw him saying that. I didn't click the link.
You did not see. So let's be clear to the universal audience, everybody watching.
Yes, I thought it was clear on this.
You did not see Sam saying anything offensive or doing anything offensive. You are simply saying something to tarnish his reputation without any evidence. Correct, sir?
You just changed the question. First it was just if I saw something offensive. Now it's like, did I see Sam do something offensive?
See the content proving that Sam Hill did anything illegal.
Okay, so you're asking me when I saw it, did SamLl do anything?
Yes.
After it was posted? No, Sam didn't do anything.
No,
Sam didn't do anything.
So you're talking shit based
How
on...
am I talking shit? I'm saying he wrote that in Sam's chat. Right. I'm saying, Sam, hey, do you have anything to say about this? And now it's like this whole thing.
Tony, you don't really... Please, Tony, like stay in your lane. Which is nothing basically. Tony,
Cosmic
it's nice that you try to talk shit. It's nice that you try to be like this protector.
It's not trying. He did it. I have the screenshot of it. What do you mean trying to talk shit?
Would prove this guy wrong. You said, no, thank you. I'm just gonna talk shit and I'm gonna be a dick, and I'm just gonna.
Bro, you're acting like it's not true that Sam blocked everyone. You're acting like it's not. What do you mean? No evidence. I have evidence. I keep telling you. I can show you the evidence.
No,
he just keeps like talking over it.
For the evidence. However, you didn't look at it because you weren't interested in being truthful. Now, Tony, it's okay.
You're trying so hard to catch me in a lie.
It's not like I'm not catching you.
You're not. You're really not. You're stretching. You're reaching so far to try to catch me in a lie here. Even
that's why you don't.
It's not.
I showed your real name on YouTube. You're not a real guy. Let's see a real person. Okay. So Russell Cook has put his face on YouTube. Jeremy has shown his face on YouTube. Okay, Jeremy, are you here right now?
I'm here, buddy. What's up?
All right, so Jeremy has shown his face. Russell Cook has shown his face. Tony Pepperoni is the only fellow on panel who has not ever shown his face and proven that he's a real person. I wonder why.
I
You know why, Jeremy, and you know
why. I know why. You know, I know why.
This fella is afraid because if he's going to talk shit, people are going to see who he really is, and they're going to say, "This guy is full of bullshit."
Yep, they're always full of shit, dude.
Right.
They're always. You get it, HB. They always come with the same attitude. They got something to say, but they can't back it up. So there's no credibility. There's no credibility with these guys. They talk shit.
A little bit, Becky, because he's always crying about other people talking about kids constantly.
Who's crying?
I mean, constantly.
Yeah, be specific,
I was answering
dude. Be specific.
Becky's comment.
All right, well then say I'm responding to a certain comment from Becky, and here's what I'm saying. You don't just talk to chat without any content or context. Sorry.
No, just responding.
Exactly.
Anyways, good to see you, HB. Russell Cook, it's been a while. Good to see you guys.
How you doing, Jeremy?
I'm doing all right. I'm kind of throwing myself into the fire here, but yeah, let's.
It seems to be like you can't go more than a couple of streams without someone being accused of being a pedophile or a rapist or something like that.
Yeah. Well, especially from people that aren't like camming up. You find that the people that like to throw those accusations are very anonymous and they don't back it up with any credibility. Exactly. That's like, oh, you're an American man. You have confidence. You're probably a rapist. Let's go ahead and run with that. Let's go ahead and like call you a rapist because we're afraid of the fact that you got confidence.
See, you know exactly the game and you're already aware of it.
Yeah, I get it, dude.
Yeah. How do you feel? And let me ask you, Foreman, have you been skating recently?
No, but I brought my skateboard on the road, and I'm meeting up with OPC Don, who, if you haven't seen, he went to a skate park with a scooter, got a concussion, and yeah, so the next play is to essentially go shred at a skate park and show OPC how it's done.
So he rides a scooter?
Yeah, well, it was like a 3-wheel scooter. It was really embarrassing, dude. He tried to drop in a ramp, and his first attempt, he like slipped back and hit his head and started dying. It was really embarrassing. You're a skateboarder, HB. You get it, dude. Like, yeah, dude. He showed up, tried to drop in, almost killed himself. It was really embarrassing. So I'm gonna go do a bunch of like kick flips and shit. HB, you see me skate, right? You know, I got the guts.
Yeah, this guy's like, he's almost a pro skater at this point.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to a main skate park. I'm gonna wait for OPC Don. I'm gonna start like shredding, and we'll see if he shows up. I don't know. I don't care. Honestly, it's gonna be a funny.
What is OPC Don from? What is he from? Where does he hang out?
He's Maine. That's why I'm going to Maine, because he's from Maine. But he's like he's some like contractor guy. I hung out with him last night. He seems cool enough. He's definitely like creepy with women, whatever. He doesn't know how to like talk to women. That's fine. I'll teach him. But
you're gonna teach him.
Well, I got to. He seems like a good guy. Just he's got that fear of women that a lot of people picked up a few years ago. If you know what I'm saying. But no, I'll teach him how to talk to women. But the goal is going to be OPC. I want to do a kickflip over you. I really want to do a kickflip over him. I'm going to have him lay down on the cement. I'm going to kickflip over him.
So Tony, who are some of these women in live streaming that you feel like if you met up with them, it would be an easy lay?
Yeah, it would be so easy to get laid with one of these e-girls. Give me a break, dude. They're looking for death. Anyways, sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
I meant to say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say Tony. I meant to say you.
I was just reading something.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Re-ask me the question. What do I expect when I meet up with them?
Yeah. Who are some of these e-girls that you feel like it would be a layup for you?
Never, dude. None of these e-girls would give it up publicly. That's the whole game. Like, they're not, because they don't want to look like whores.
No.
If I fucked them, if I fucked a chick, they would look like a whore, and it would be Not only that, but a lot of these women rely on men for donations. So these e-girls rely on guys for donations. If I fuck them, then their simps are gonna fall out and not pay any money. So it's all business at the end of the day. Honestly, it's all business. And like last night, if I were actually to hook up with Grace, all of her donors would be out of the picture. She'd be broke. She knows that.
All right, what if you in private secretly hooked up with Grace?
Yo, I'm gonna go real quick.
Yeah,
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
What
Jeremy,
happened?
I'm just gonna run. Later, HB. Later, Jeremy. Russell, Cook. You're the man.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks for trying, dude. We appreciate your attempt. Better luck next time. That's all right, dude. Just go away. No, just go away. It's all good.
Go away. Just want to say, Brutal, you're a little bitch. You're in chats. Right now is my alt account, the same alt account you fucking.
All right, man. Now's the time just to walk away.
To people as.
Yeah, just walk away, dude.
Wait, hold on, Jeremy. This has nothing to do with you, bro. Let me say my piece, and I'm out. Brutal's a little bitch,
let's hear it, dude.
Stop talking about kids and CP constantly.
All right, let's hear it, dude. Speak your piece. If anybody cares. Yep.
Jeremy, shut up, bro. You fucking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna beef with you. No, but.
Yeah, I know. Just walk away, dude. Just walk away. Now's the time to just walk away.
No, I thought HP would just cut me off right now, but since he's busy, I'm just gonna keep going. Brutal, you're still a little bitch. I'm talking about CP constantly. Stop using alt accounts. You're gay.
Yeah, see, this is why you should have just walked away in the first place. Now you're talking about CP and shit, dude. Just know when to leave, man.
Nah.
Exactly.
Jeremy.
Isn't that amazing?
Jeremy, isn't amazing? Bro, why do you have a guy in your chat talking about it? But anyways, why don't you block that dude?
What? Who?
He's still sticking around. He said goodbye and he's still around, dude. Just go away.
I'm just waiting for HB to kick me off, honestly. That's it.
Why? You said goodbye and you're waiting. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna wait for this to play out.
Decide when you're ready to go. You need me to tell you. Don't let another man control your destiny.
Exactly. See?
Exactly.
Okay. All right,
do your thing, dude.
You got weirdly defensive over some other dude talking about.
I know you just sound like a bitch, dude.
You sound like a bitch,
now.
Jeremy.
You sound like you're wearing out your. You
sound like you just smoked a pack of cigarettes, bro.
No, I got a Black and Mild cigar.
What happened with that David Wall stream you did, bro? That was so boring. The David Wall stream, you guys just walked around.
He's still here, dude. HB, he said he was leaving, and he's still around. He's sticking around.
I know, but
like a
Jeremy and HB get real weirdly defensive because other people will talk about CP in their chats, and I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah,
but all right, they rather have that.
Shut the fuck up. Go away,
Jeremy and HB. Go ahead, you guys can keep on.
Cool, dude.
Supporting your thing
or what?
Whatever. You guys are gay.
Are you gonna run away?
No, what do you mean, bro? I'm waiting for you to kick me. I'm still chilling.
He already did, HB. He already said that he was.
Chilling here.
Okay, here you go. So he's gonna stick around like a jaded bitch.
I don't know. I mean, I would just talk about my own beefs.
Exactly.
With, the faggot in chat. But I don't know. Jeremy keeps fucking inserting himself in it like he knows everything.
So you're gonna blame Jeremy. You're not gonna blame it on the fact that you're a shit talking motherfucker.
No, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
This guy is sticking around.
You just got
like
defensive.
Dude.
Sam Hill left. Fucking Sam ran away because he knew what I was saying is true. Bro.
Yeah, dude.
Like if I was talking shit, why wouldn't Sam defend himself?
Whatever. Bro? Okay, it's all right, dude. Just say your piece.
All right.
I'm gonna take a step back.
Sam ran away because he knew I was being fucking truthful. He knows what I'm saying is true.
Let's hear what he has. Okay, let's hear him be truthful. Be truthful.
Is Sam Hill or
the only thing that we would like to do is to be fair. Like if someone came up and accused you, Tony, of something like that, we wouldn't want to just run with it and be like, yeah, he's guilty.
No, but Sam was not guilty of anything, bro. I'm just saying there was some person in his chat doing it. Bro, yeah, I got a screenshot of him doing it, though. Like, this is the thing. You guys are saying I'm talking shit. I'm like, yo, I could prove it. And you guys are just like, continue with saying I'm talking shit. So I'm like, bro, like I get it. Like nobody's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's 100% true. Like someone making accusations like that. But I'm saying I could just show
But
you
it's like
guys.
the worst thing someone can be accused of.
I know, and this guy does it
Right? That's
like
like you
every
don't just
day.
throw that
In
out there and
Sam's
expect to
chat,
be clean after the
he's
fact. It's
accusing
like
other
either you're
people
projecting,
of being weird
you're
with
either
kids, and
projecting
it's like,
or
bro, Sam, why do you allow this but block everybody else? That
all
was
right,
only my
I'm gonna
question
take
with
a seat
them.
back.
I don't know. HB made into this whole other
is
thing, and I didn't need to
sticking
be. But I was just
around.
asking Sam, why does he allow that and blocks everyone else?
I don't know what you're trying
But
to do, man. I thought you would be locked
exactly,
off by
It went
Jeremy.
from
something.
Sam. It
Exactly.
went
You
from
don't know what I was
Sam
trying to do.
blocking. It went from Sam blocking too many people to this whole really uncomfortable discussion about people
Right?
sharing child porn online, which we really
Yeah,
didn't want
when
to
you
get
start saying
into.
CP, I'm out,
But we
dude. If he's actually one
understand
of those
that
guys that's going around saying CP, I'm
Sam
out.
probably does have mods that block everyone and stuff, but we really didn't want to talk about child pornography, or I can't even say that. CP,
Exactly. That's why, like,
Yeah,
dude,
why you
he's
Sam.
say
starting to
that?
say CP. That means he's floundering and he's not. He doesn't
I
get it,
just,
dude.
well, all right. Well, sorry to bring this on my HB show because Sam keeps running from me on it
Well,
every other
I
show.
appreciate your
I just wanted
apology,
him to
honestly. I
address
really
it
do.
and say, hey, what's up with that? Why do you keep blocking everyone else out
You
and
gotta
let this
understand
guy
that you
talk
can't
about
cry wolf against
other
people unless you
people?
have evidence. Do you have
And
real
There
Sam
is
would
evidence?
never
evidence,
listen to
Jeremy.
us.
Jeremy, there's
Sam
tons
would
of
never
evidence.
listen to us
There's
about
tons of
anything like
evidence,
that.
bro. I was willing to show HB, but I don't know, he got scared.
I
Bro,
don't
there's
think
tons
this
of
is the kind of
evidence.
show that HB wants. He's not in the picture, which
Yeah,
means they're
exactly.
not.
That's fair. That's fine. He doesn't have to
So,
talk
are you
about this or
capable
have
of
me show
reading the room
anything.
and just like going on a panel and just providing the content or the material that the host wants, or are you just a narcissist?
I mean, bro, he hasn't told me to stop. He was questioning me, bro. I don't know. He didn't tell me to stop. I would have left.
So you're
Could
the
have
kind of
kicked
guy
me.
that needs to be told to stop before you continue. Like you can't just read the room and
At
be like,
some
okay,
points.
this guy is not. This kind of show is not about CP. This show is about comedy. HB is a
Oh,
comedian.
I thought he was a host buster, bro. That's his name. I thought he was busting hosts. I was up
Yeah, in
here
the name of comedy, obviously, dude.
address
It
the
was about
host.
finding why
I
these.
wanted to
Okay,
address the
you don't get.
host over
We
here,
So you're
bro.
wind
What do you
up
autistic.
mean?
talking
Well,
You're
about
I
autistic.
Joe
can't come to
Rogan and stuff like
Hostbusters
that
to
a
bust
lot.
some host.
Hostbusters is all about comedy, dude. If you don't
I
know
thought it was
Hostbusters,
about
then why?
busting
Okay,
hosts.
so
I
then
thought it
let
was
me ask you
about
this.
calling
No,
hosts
shut up,
out.
dude.
I thought that
Shut
was the whole
up.
point of the show, bro.
Shut the fuck up,
And
dude.
you're mad at me. Okay,
I'm not
Jeremy. All
mad
right,
at
so
you. I
you
just
want to
think
come
you're.
up here and do
Oh
comedy?
my
That's
god, dude.
cool.
Just
I'll
learn to
leave.
shut the fuck up.
I'll
Holy
leave.
shit.
You could do your comedy. I just wanted to address
No,
Sam
let me
Hill.
ask you one
That was
question.
it. That was
Let me
it,
ask
dude.
you one question before you.
Oh my god, I'm trying to leave. All right, ask me a question.
All right. What do you find funny?
Pee Wee Herman. That's about it.
All right, I get
All
your
right,
answer,
that's
but
okay.
answer me on Pee Wee Herman was like a latent pedophile. I get it, but really, who's your favorite comedian?
Bill
Damn now.
Cosby.
Crystalia. Bill
Yep,
Cosby.
another pedophile.
Yeah,
Kristen Leo is the worst.
yeah, we're trying to get off of a certain topic, but god damn it, it's everywhere,
I
isn't it?
know.
And it's just
God.
it's all about pedophilia now. People, we can't have a joke without people talking about pedophilia. Like, dude, you know how uncommon pedophilia is? It's not supposed to dominate culture. Some of us
Bro,
comedians really just want to put together a good time. People like you come together and
yeah.
they're like, oh, nope, pedophile, 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 pedophile. It's like, dude, we weren't trying to talk about
Bro,
pedophilia.
Jeremy, you're saying I'm just talking about a guy who keeps accusing
You're a
everyone in
fucking
pedophiles
white knight.
in fucking Sam's
You're one
chat.
of those guys that thinks that everybody's a pedophile. Dude, you're fucked.
Damn, Jeremy, you could read me like a book, man.
I
You
can
got
read
me.
motherfuckers.
You
Dude,
nailed
people that are
me.
so
You sure
anti-comedy
nailed
and they just
me,
want, dude,
man.
you said
I go around here all
CP.
day talking about
You came up here, it
CP
was
and porn.
very obvious that you came up here looking for some type of weird
Yes, I was looking
accusation.
to fucking confront Sam Hill and ask him that. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah,
dude?
but is Sam Hill here? Why are you confronting me like I'm Sam Hill? What the fuck is wrong with you?
You keep bringing up the fucking shit.
No,
I'm trying
dude,
to
you
move
brought
past
up
it.
CP
I
and
was
Sam Hill
talking.
wasn't here, dude.
Bro, I was
He
talking to
wasn't
people
even
in
here,
chats.
and you're still talking CP, motherfucker.
You're the one who keeps talking about it, dude. You're the
Dude,
one who's
forget
like,
about it and let's just have some fun. We're a bunch of
bro,
dudes.
all right.
We're
I
not
was
just
trying to
talking
leave.
shit.
You're like, what's your favorite comedian? Oh, and then Russell said,
Oh,
fucking
you were
Bill
trying
Cosby.
to leave. Yeah, you were trying to
And
leave.
then
Woody
you're
Brought
Allen.
up
Crystal
child
Lee, and
pornography.
that
You were
started a
trying to
whole nother
leave
rant.
by bringing up
for you.
child pornography, dude. You know what you're doing?
Bro, do you know what you're doing?
No, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Jeremy, can I real quickly?
Bro, you heard me say
having a
CP
problem?
once, and then you assumed all this shit. Like, I'm just
You having a problem with Sam is okay, but you brought up Brutal Mafia, who wasn't up here to say anything, and
he was
when
in
he
chat,
starts getting
bro.
accused,
He was in your chat.
But then, okay, can he come up and defend himself? Would
bro,
you?
he's not
would you
going
talk
to
to
because
him?
he's a bitch, bro. He knows what I'm saying is true too, bro. They're not gonna come up and defend themselves.
All right, don't start saying what you're saying is true, dude.
But we don't want to be like
bro. I have a screenshot.
No.
Jeremy, what did I
Brutal
accuse?
Mafia is
what did I accuse him of?
Is the Karen gangsters? You understand that Brutal Mafia is a gang of Karens, fat Karens. Yeah. So if they're around,
so what am I accusing them of?
No. Don't worry about that. If Brutal Mafia is around, that's the new enemy. These women that call themselves Brutal Mafia, they're like 50-year-old fat chicks that never got laid, and now they're going around trying to ruin men. If Brutal Mafia is in chat, then we got to deal with that first and foremost.
Yeah, he was in your chat. Said that.
Yeah. I thought I already destroyed Brutal Mafia, but apparently it's still around and trying to call everybody. Do you know what they did to EFD? Did you hear about that?
He stole money from EFD?
No, they called up his parents and made EFD's parents think that he was a piece of shit, and now he's neglected from his parents.
Damn. Yeah, it's fucking assholes. What, did he have something to do with that?
No, like, it was so fucked up. But yeah, no, if we got Brutal Mafia back, then, Tony, you sound like a smart guy. It sounds like you don't need to be my enemy, so let's not be enemies.
Dude, you kind of made all these assumptions about me just because I said CP.
Dude. You don't bring up CP at all around me. You don't bring up that.
It had nothing to do with anyone else. I was trying to ask Sam what's up with this guy.
Even if you're going after Sam,
of everyone of sharing CP.
I'm trying to put together a program that's not like, dude, I'm so sick of the pedophile derangement syndrome, dude.
Yeah,
sure, there's a couple of pedophiles out there, but that is not my content. I don't deal with people who are going around crying wolf. So you can't be crying wolf unless you got real evidence against somebody. Sure, I'll go with it, but what we're trying to do right now is to be funny.
Listen, I'm not even accusing everyone of being pedophiles, sharing CP. I'm just saying
even with Sam
he
Hill,
said
like,
that in Sam's chat.
I know.
Like, I was just saying he was saying that in Sam. I'm not saying it is. I fucking highly doubt it is. It's obviously a troll. But I'm just saying, like, why does Sam like allow that? But
I know. We all think Sam's a pedophile, but like honestly, that was like 3 years ago. Now we're moving on to something that's new, original, and fun. So you gotta let go of that shit. It's time to move on. We're doing something funny. I'm gonna go skateboard with OPC Don and show him up at the skate park. That should be enough for you guys. Unless you guys are looking for, I mean, honestly, like, dude, you guys got to quit trying to find a scapegoat. This whole thing about scapegoating people has got to stop. Life is good. We're all trying to put together something positive.
Yeah, we can't put people on trial here. We don't want to. And if you have problems with Brutal Mafia personally, we really don't want to be kind of shoehorned into that. If you guys don't like each other, I'm sorry about that. But if he was making fucked up jokes or whatever, I would just consider it that. I don't think that he's really into sharing that kind of stuff or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It's obviously a troll, but I was just telling Sam, just a question, like, why is everyone blocked, and why do you allow that? That's pretty much
That
it.
was a good question. I think I wish Sam would have answered it, but we don't really want to do this, like nailing people to the cross shit,
Yeah, I get that. I get it. All right, but yeah, that was it. I don't know. Let me start up this whole fucking shit.
What's up, everybody in chat? Hostbusters, I don't know where he went. He might have gotten a call or something like that, but I hope he will be back. Let's see what's going on. Okay, shit.
You gonna take over, Russell? You got this?
Yes.
All right.
I'll do
I think Fuckface is in the back chat or private chat.
Yeah, he's the Hostbusters is the guy that can let people up. I can't do anything like that.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't know. Should I just wait? Or should I just go? I was about to leave.
No, you're welcome to come up here anytime. Don't worry about that. But we don't want to get to where we're like
what's happening.
We don't really like to do the battle chat kind of shit or that kind of stuff that much.
He just closed.
We like to go over clips of things.
I feel
and just really it's not a very dramatic stream.
Wait, HP's leaving. He just closed
left
his laptop. Yeah, he just closed his laptop.
Shit.
And he left.
Uh-oh. Well, everyone, I think that's probably means good night.
Yeah.
So, everyone, Tony, I hope you can work this shit out.
So, I don't know. I mean, this guy's a weirdo. He just fucking is constantly making accusations on people. I'm just going to post those on my wall if anybody wants to see. Yeah, because it's just weird. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to fight with him or anything, but it is weird that he's constantly talking about that in people's chats. But yeah, I'll show it on my wall so people want to fucking. I gotta prove it. But yeah, whatever. I don't have any beef. But Russell, you're cool.
All right, we will be back at some other time, and hopefully we'll do a more entertaining stream next time. But everybody, thank you for tuning in. Me and Hostbusters will be back. And I just hope that everyone stops fighting with each other for a day. Take a day just to relax.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Can I say one more thing real quick?
Sure.
Made Noodles. Bro, you went on a fucking 15-minute rant saying I was talking about child SA over talking about Sam's fucking sex story about the cop one, and then just the other one that you mentioned where he was sucking his wife's breast milk. Fucking May went on like a 15-minute rant saying I was talking about a kid's SA, which didn't even happen, bro. These people are freaks. They're fucking obsessed with fucking kids in SA. I don't know what their deal is, but May and Brutal have been crying about that for the past 2 weeks. All right, that was the last thing. Anyway, sorry to bring this up. I know it's sad. Nobody wants to fucking hear it. It's fucking disgusting, honestly. And yeah, I agree with everyone else. That's like, yeah, we're tired of hearing this. We're tired of people making accusations, all that, based off.
Yeah, definitely. And we just want whoever tunes in, we just want everyone to be able to relax and somewhat enjoy themselves.
Yes, exactly, Russell. I agree. Hopefully we get there.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone. Later.